Hey everyone, it is Rolly, and I am welcoming you to another Monday Moon Musings. So Monday is a fresh start, and it's never too late to dig in and begin a new journey of success. And so, in the description of where you are catching this from, there is a link if you want to be able to have a more detailed report of what it is that's going on. So this year in 2023. I have expanded Moon Musings to be able to be included into a downloadable as well as having access to it in the blogs. So, congratulations on making it to another week. And so we have just finished off the full moon in Cancer. And so one of the things that I share often is that my teachings have been when we are experiencing a new moon, or I mean a full moon or a new moon, that it's 3 days before, 3 days after. So in this particular case, we're still in that for full moon in Cancer energy that was happening on Friday. And so it's going to so before it actually leaves us, we still have time to be able to tap into that gratitude. And so this is how we're starting off that week, is in this gratitude state. And so the other thing that we are starting this energy in, or this weekend, is the Leo energy that we moved into on Saturday. So on Saturday we started in that Leo energy, and so Leo energy is that fire energy, and so it's a fire moon, and fire is all about being fiery and impulsive, and just really being passionate about whatever it is that's going on. But Leo specifically is a really great time for us to be able to show off the things that we've been working on, showing off the things that we have been doing and that we are so proud of. So this is a really good time for us to be able to do that. And we're still in this energy until 8:51 p.m. tonight. So if you have not yet had a chance to share with everybody what it is that you've been working on, what it is that you've been doing, or what it is that's coming up for you, this would be a really good time for you to be able to do that. And so if you have I don't even remember what I was going to say. Completely lost my mind. So then we're going to move into, so this evening we're going to move into a void moon. That void moon is going to carry us through until tomorrow. And a void moon is that energy that is not reflecting either of the two aspects. So in this particular case, we're moving out of Leo energy into Virgo energy, and it's that gap in between where not either one of the two aspects are showing up. And a void, of course, moon is when the with these two aspects, but it could be short, it could be long. It all depends. It could be like minutes, it could be hours, it could be days, depending on what it is that's going on in this particular case. It's going to take us through the rest of the evening into morning, where at 10:16 a.m. on Tuesday, we're going to move into that Virgo Earth energy. And so during this time, it's a really good time for us to be able to settle in. So Virgo is like all about the details and getting all the things straight and figuring out all that stuff. And so this is a really good time for us to be able to take a look at all those things that have been sitting on our desk that we haven't yet finished, because we're going to be able to get those details of the things that we're doing. And so that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to be working on Tuesday, is getting more of my blog posts ready for the rest of 2023. Obviously, I'm not going to get them all done, but that's going to be what it is that I'm going to be focusing on. So this is a really good time for us to be able to crunch numbers. So if you're working on a budget, this would be a really good time for us to be able to do that. And so Virgo Monday means more efficiency. Because of all the fine details that we can actually take in, this is a really good time for us to be able to do that. So, very shortly after we move out of that full moon brightness energy, is that we then move into the waning gibbous, which is this also known as the disseminating moon. And so this is when grandmother moon becomes less illuminated. So she's actually moving closer to the last quarter, which then leads into the new moon, where we're going to end up in that dark part of the of the moon. And so it's important for us to connect with all that we're grateful for. So we're continuing in with that energy and sharing a lot with others. So whatever it is that we're grateful for, share that with others. What is it that we're grateful for and why? And just be able to give everybody that excitement about what it is that's going on. And then we're going to stay in this Virgo winning give us moon energy until Thursday. And then on Thursday, we're going to move into another short void moon. So it's a very short void moon from 6:06 to 9:56 p.m. So very short window. So a void moon is a really good time for us to be able to self-reflect. And so when we're in that self-reflection, it allows us to be able to see, well, what is it that we need to face? What is it that we have to resolve? What is it that's coming up that we need to take a look at? And so then we then move into the Libra air energy as we're going to prepare for the end of our day. So just as we're getting ready for bed, we're moving into that air moons are very chatty, and then we're in our head, and sometimes things like just kind of get flighty. And so that's the energy of the air moon. And but in particular, Libra energy is about relationships and partnerships, and this is both personal and professional. So, like, depending on where it is that you're at, what it is that you're focusing on, obviously at bedtime, it's not likely going to be professional. But maybe you've got some late meetings, who knows? And so we're going to be moving into that. And so Libra is a really good time for negotiating. So if there's been something that you've been sitting on the back burner, that you've been like, so a contract that you've wanted to negotiate, or a conversation that you've been wanting to have with family about something that is important to you, this is a really good time for you to be able to do that. And so, but also during the time of Libra, it's a really good time to shower the people that you love with love, and wine and dine them, and like just really make them feel special because of being able to have those relationships. And then on Saturday, at 9:10 p.m., we're actually going to move into the last quarter energy. And so in that last quarter moon energy, which is that seventh phase of the 8 phases of grandmother moons, illumination is that we're actually in that final, like that's almost final phase. And so this is a really good time for us to be able to reevaluate and balance and trust, and really important for us to be able to feel the love of the people that are around us. And while we're in that Libra energy, it really ties in really, really well. But it is also a really good time for us to be able to release the blocks that prevent us from moving forward. So this is really, really important for us to be able to let go. And so we hear the expression often of let go and let God. Well, this is one of those times when this is when we need to be letting it go and putting it back out to the universe, and letting whatever it is that needs to happen, because we can't change the outcome at this point. And so but it's also a really good time for us to be able to release whatever no longer serves us. And so then as we end the week, we're actually going to end it at 8:39 a.m. to 12:08 p.m. We're going to move into another void moon. And one of the things during the void moon that's really important is for us to remember not to make any decisions. So don't make any decisions during this time, because it's really important for us to be able to do that. And so the other thing, so as we're kind of moving out of that, we're going to move into the waning crescent, or the balsamic moon, which is the final phase of the full moon before it actually becomes a new moon. So we've got about a week in that energy, and it's really about that surrender. So we were actually releasing, so putting it out there, and so like now it's like surrendering. And so when we're in this phase, it's like that total black darkness, like nothing really, just releasing and letting go of all the things that we've been hanging on to. And so because it really is about surrender. And then but we're going to be moving into the Scorpio water moon, which is how we're going to end this week, is in this double energy. And during the Scorpio moon is a really good time for us to be able to explore our shadow side and work on the things that we tend to keep hidden. So Scorpio moon day can actually have a major impact on whether it's physical, material, or physiological. So or psychological. So really important for us to be able to like really tap into like what is it that we need to be doing and kind of picking that apart. So this is another moon musings, and I will be back next week for another moon musings. But if you go and check out the blog post, you'll actually see the posts that are actually being posted before we get started. So talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.